Well, hello, all you beautiful people out there in Minecraft land. How are you today? I am fantastic. Thanks for asking. Anyway, where the heck am I? Well, let me take a quick fly underwater. No, that's not where I wanted to go at all. I wanted to go above the water. Actually, I wanted to go over there. Look behind me. Look over my shoulder. Let's see if we can get a better fly in this general direction. Take a look at this. Let's see if I can dive bomb into this. Sploosh. Look at this. Look at what I have found. This is a warm ocean. At least, I think it's a warm ocean. I think that's what this is called. Let me just check. Warm ocean. Yep, warm ocean. And because I have such great enchantments on my helmet, like Aqua Affinity and I don't know, whatever the other things are. What else do I have on my helmet? Aqua Affinity, Respiration 3. Yeah, that's it. I can breathe underwater. Well, I can't actually breathe underwater. It's not like a water breathing potion or anything, but it is what it is. I can spend more time underwater than most people can. By now, I would have absolutely, definitely drowned if I didn't have my helmet on. So that's what I got. And also, my boots have some cool enchantments on them as well. I have Depth Strider. I can't pronounce that. Depth Strider 3. Yes, that's what I have on my boots. And that allows me to move quite quickly through the water. Basically, not the exact same, but very similar to as if I was walking on land. I can just run across the water. Two very useful enchantments, that is Aqua Affinity and Depth Strider. 3, I guess, if you count Respiration as well. Hey, look, Mesa. Nope, getting distracted. Why, you might ask, am I over here in the warm ocean biome? Well, I need to collect a few very specific things. In fact, one very specific thing. And that very one specific thing is this right here. Coral. Specifically a coral fin. There. I'm not just going to get one. I'm probably going to get a lot. In fact, why don't I grab a bunch of these things, grab some sea pickles while I'm here. Yeah. Swim around. I like this stuff. I'm going to grab a bunch of it. Maybe I can use it to decorate in some places. I guess I can grab some of this coral as well. Coral's cool, right? Yeah, so I'm going to grab a little bit of this coral, and then I'm going to fly back to my base. And there we go. I have collected all of the coral that I need. I didn't need a whole bunch of it, but I just grabbed a substantial amount just so that I have enough for the project that I am working on. So between episodes, I did a bit of a thing, and I might as well just kind of show you exactly what that thing is by rolling that time lapse. So let's do that. Hit that time lapse. Of time lapse, and here it is. So you might be asking yourself, what is this thing? Well, if you recall, several weeks ago, I added something to my project board. And if we take a quick look at the project board, aside from finishing the castle and building a cactus farm and a dye farm and Some of a lot of these are really easy things. I need to hammer a bunch of these out. But hey, this is the big one. Wood farm and stone farm. If you recall, several weeks ago, I mentioned that I would be creating a combination wood farm and stone farm, and that is exactly what I have done. So just to remind you, over here, I have my cobblestone farm. It is not a very good cobblestone farm at all. I mean, I can get a little bit of cobblestone from this farm just by breaking it along here. And, you know, if I use it for a minute or two, you know, I might get, you know, like a half a stack of cobblestone or something every 30 seconds. Maybe a full stack every minute or so. I don't know. I actually have no idea how fast this thing runs. But the farm that I have built for cobblestone will provide way, way more than that. And the best part about it is that it actually is, as I said, a double farm as well. Because this part that I'm standing over right here, this is the cobblestone part. And this over here is the wood part. So this farm is my own design combined, but it's not my design by any means for either of the two farms that are actually inside. So the foundation for this farm is this one right over here, which is a cobblestone farm that was designed by Ilmango, one of the most scientific Minecrafters that exists right now. He specializes in these types of farms that are very high output. Not necessarily the easiest to build, but very high output. This particular farm, pretty easy to build, as you might have seen from the time lapse. It does use a lot of redstone components, and in fact, everything you're looking at here, all of the redstone, including this guy right up here, this is all part of the design. There is one piece missing, and that is this. The fire coral fan. In fact, I don't need a fire coral fan. I need any coral fan, but the stipulation is it has to be dead. Luckily, there you go. If you place a coral fan outside of water after a few seconds, it dies. So there we go. And this you may recognize or may not recognize, depending on what your technical knowledge of Minecraft is. This is a TNT duper. That means duplicator. One piece of TNT along with some slime blocks and a minecart and some sticky pistons, and yeah, this is a TNT duper. So what it's going to do is work some magic and actually drop TNT, but then for some reason, because of this coral fan and the way slime blocks work, it actually leaves behind a TNT. So basically, you get an unlimited number of TNT out of this one duplication machine. So I need to test this machine before I actually ramp the whole thing up. So I guess the easiest way to do that is by breaking some of this glass here. So let's do that. Okay. So if I turn this machine on, I have a switch. That part of the redstone is mine. You know, the easy part, which is just a big line of redstone that comes from this switch. This actually turns on this whole half of the machine. It turns on the TNT duper, and it also turns on the cobblestone generator. But I would like to break the cobblestone generator for the time being. So I'm just going to break this piece of redstone right here. And that means that the signal will go to the TNT duper, but it will not go as far as the cobblestone generator. So let's get down here and just check it to make sure it works. Now these things do, especially if you build them just a tiny bit wrong, they have a tendency to blow themselves up. So with any luck at all, I will not destroy my machine just by turning it on. So moment of truth, let's turn it on. Signal goes up. There it is. TNT's lit. That should open at exactly the right time. Boom! And it explodes in mid-air. And then it just keeps doing it. Wow, that's cool. And the TNT is positioned perfectly so that it will not destroy any of this wall or any of these leaves or any of the machinery around it. It explodes in the air in this perfect place right about here. So that's great. It's actually working wonderfully. So let's turn that off so that it's safe to get up there again, because I need to get back up there to replace that redstone. And actually, you know what? The easiest way to do that might be just to fly back up to the roof and come in back through the ceiling again. So there we go. Back up to this spot. Let's drop back down right in here. Let's, while I'm here, let me put that, that piece of glass back. This is the empty spot, right? Boom. There we go. And let's get my redstone dust back in place. The timing here is actually pretty critical. That's the beauty of this machine here. One of the things that that makes this design wonderful is that it relies on a very little known fact about blast resistance of certain devices. Like, for example, stone. Stone has a relatively high blast resistance, but when it's moving, if you can explode it on the exact tick when it's moving, its blast resistance goes way down. And so that's what this timing actually accomplishes. It actually starts the TNT exploding at exactly the same time that this thing is moving. So let's get down there and let's do a full-scale test of the TNT portion. Here we go. I said TNT portion, but I meant the cobblestone portion. So this is now exploding, but you can see that the stone is also moving. And as it moves, and it's kind of hard to tell, but on the exact tick, the exact same game tick where the stone would move forward, it's actually being exploded by the TNT, which lowers its blast resistance pretty far, and therefore we get a lot of that. So let's see, that's 5 TNT explosions. We got one more on deck, 6 TNT explosions. So let's take a look at exactly how much cobblestone we got from 6 TNT explosions. I have 12 in my inventory. I'm going to drop those over there just so they're not included in this calculation. Right now I have no cobblestone in my inventory. I'm just going to walk over here. What? Okay, see what I'm talking about? 6 TNT explosions and I got 5.5 stacks of cobblestone from this device. That's madness. Like, you know, you want to build some stone, like, how about running this machine for 10 seconds? Then you get, oh my god, enough cobblestone to actually build. The tree farm is not that fast, but it's still pretty fast. So I do have a couple more things that I need to do with this tree farm. The number one thing is I need to load it up with bone meal. So let me go grab a bunch of bone meal, and then I will come back and see if we can make this tree farm work. And 3. So I have just collected 3 full shulker boxes full of bone meal, and I've loaded, oops, didn't mean to do that. I've loaded the first bit of bone meal right into this dispenser over here, and the rest of this bone meal I'm just loading into this chest over here, which is actually got so much in it that I can't fit all of the bone meal in. But that's actually feeding into some hoppers that are underneath. There's a whole hopper line that goes down here, and I don't think there's any easy way for me to get to those hoppers, so I think I'm just gonna have to... Oh wait, I think I can go around. Yeah, oh of course, over here. Yeah, this is the easy way. I can come right underneath this machine. So there's those hoppers. They feed right into this dropper, I guess, which is going to shuffle everything upwards. So there we go. So I filled those droppers and those dispensers and everything that needs to be filled with bone meal. And now you can see I have some saplings in my inventory as well as an oak leaf. This oak leaf I actually removed from here just so I could load this chest. I'm gonna have to at some point come up with a better way to load this chest so I don't have to climb inside this machine. In fact, I may not be able to climb inside this machine anymore after I run it a couple times, because I'm gonna plant saplings right here on this spot, and they're gonna kind of fill in this area. Maybe I could get behind, or I don't know. There's a way. Regardless, I know I can go around that way anyway, but maybe I should make another way, like another side door or something. Okay, let me show you how this works. So this works by me turning on this switch. So let's start there. If I turn on this switch, you can hear a couple things happening. this dropper is clicking right here. That dropper is clicking. It's actually firing bone meal into this square right here. But of course, it's not using bone meal if I'm not planting any saplings. So I'm not too worried about it running right now. But also, the TNT duper is back turned on again. So this time, the cobblestone generator is not actually running. So it's just the TNT duper. But this tree farm, this one was actually designed by a guy named Dusty Dude. And I've just used basically the tree farm part of his design and not the explodey part of his design because I've got an explodey part already. So let's see if this actually works. So let's grab some oak saplings and just aim here and start planting. It's a little bit loud, but there we go. Every time a sapling grows, it just gets pushed over. Also notice that saplings are coming into my inventory, and that's because all of the leaves that get broken up top, well, most of the leaves that get broken up top, drop saplings into these hoppers that are around, and those hoppers get fed into this dropper, and of course anything that ends up in this dropper just gets spat right out to me. That includes some sticks and some apples and all kinds of things. So let's just keep going here. I'm just going to do this for, again, about 30 seconds. Because this is the first time I've used this machine, it hasn't actually got logs pushed out to the point where they're going to be exploded yet. In fact, it might just have made it. Let's take a quick look. That should be enough right there. I'm just going to hop up and grab these extra saplings and sticks and things. And then let's take a look. Let's turn this machine off so the TNT stops exploding, so it stops making noise. One more TNT drops. And there we go. Okay, so you can see that the trees get pushed out along this area and end up basically in the same area where some of these explosions are going to happen. For some reason, I'm not seeing any logs. Why am I not seeing any logs? That's troublesome. Okay, not a big deal. Let's keep running it. Maybe it just started, right? Maybe yeah, maybe it just... Okay, so let's see what happens. Let me run this for a couple more minutes, and we'll just see what happens. Alright, I just ran this machine for about another minute, and here we go. Now we're actually starting to get logs. And we've got a whole 4 logs. You know what the problem is? I'm pretty sure the problem is that the TNT is just high enough that it's actually destroying the logs that are laying on the ground. So obviously this system is designed a little bit, it's lacking something. The thing it's lacking is the hole. There's supposed to be a hole that goes down here, down into some hoppers, and collects all of the stuff. My intention is, of course, to load all of that stuff into chests, not into chests. I see I'm distracted because I'm looking up at the night sky, and of course I'm terrified of the night sky. So you know what? Before I continue my explanation, I'm going to go sleep. All right, much better. It is now daylight out. So as I was trying to say, there's supposed to be a hole here, and that hole is supposed to feed into some hoppers, and those hoppers are supposed to feed into some chests. And that is how you collect all the goodness that comes out of your farm. Unfortunately, I didn't build that because I just wanted to see a bunch of stuff collecting right here in the middle. So what I need to do is basically dig this down and then connect it up to my main storage system, which I will do. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. All right, and that is now all done. So the only problem with having this matched up to my storage system now is that it's going to be a little trickier to figure out exactly how much of each thing that we actually got. So I'm going to see if I can place, let's see, maybe I can place a piece of dirt right down there. There we go. And now we've got it, you know, another 3 blocks of space between the actual TNT and the bottom, and hopefully this will actually work. It occurred to me that while I was doing this, that probably messed up my calculation for the stone as well. So let's try this again. Let's run the stone. We're going to run it for 6 pieces of TNT, kind of the same way we did before. And that's 6. And all of that juicy goodness goes right down the drain. And so let's see if I jump into that hole, how much cobblestone I actually got. Yeah, so if you recall, the last time I got 5 stacks and a little bit. This time I've got 6 stacks and a little bit. So it was 5.5 before, now it's 6.5. So I had actually lost an entire stack to the TNT that was blowing up when I still had the area right here. And also, just as an interesting aside, I've also picked up an oak log. And that oak log was actually... Whoa. Okay, that oak log actually came from the logs that were still kind of poking through. So I need to do the same thing where I run my new system for about 1 minute with trees, and I'm going to see exactly how much loggage I get. The first thing I'm going to do is put all of this cobblestone away and put all of these logs away, just so that I know I don't have anything in my inventory. I'm also going to take a full stack of saplings, just so I can see exactly how sort of sapling net positive this whole system is as well. So here we go. Turning on the system, getting into place. Oh, never mind. I've actually had a few things left over, so I need to get rid of these as well. There we go. So exactly 64, and we're ready to go. And as the last piece of TNT falls, I have I have stood at my machine for exactly 1 minute, which is a very crude test, but let's just see how many logs we got in 1 minute. There we go. So I have... Wow, 2 stacks and 36, so over 2.5 stacks of logs. I'm also sapling positive, as I mentioned before, so I started with 64 saplings, and I ended up with a stack 64 plus 41 saplings, so over 100 saplings. I've also got 4 apples and 55 sticks as well. So that is pretty cool. Now, I just got to get out of here and see if I can get back to my bed without dying. Nope, that's not going to do it. Perfect launch, and as the sun goes down, I soar back to my bed. Meow. From what I understand about this farm, it works equally well, or maybe not equally well, but it works for birch saplings as well as oak saplings. So I'm going to spend a minute trying birch saplings as well, just to see exactly what happens. And that was exactly 1 minute. So, as you can see from my inventory, I still have my 64 birch saplings plus another 40 birch saplings and 48 sticks. There was a little bit of oak loggage primed in the system already. So, of course, it took a little bit to get that out. So, I'm sure I'll have some oak logs down here as well. But just to be absolutely sure, I have no oak logs or spruce logs in my inventory at the moment. Let's jump down into the hole and see what we got. Okay, here we go. So for birch, so a little bit less productive than we thought. Actually, no. Oh, yes. No. I'm going to go back and forth a couple times. Yes, no, yes. So birch logs, because there was some oak logs in the system, so we got a little bit of oak instead of birch. But still, 2.5 stacks approximately, a little less than 2.5 stacks for the minute that I was actually running the farm. So that's pretty cool. And of course, I had to try it with spruce as well. And as you can see, from my 64 spruce saplings, I got a net positive 27 saplings, nothing else in my inventory, and there we go. So almost the same type of thing. We got our 2 stacks plus some extras. So here's that extra birch and a little bit extra spruce. So I'm not sure if the spruce is a little bit less prevalent than the others, but whatever. Hey, that's okay. I'm happy with 2 stacks per minute. That's actually a pretty good deal, wouldn't you say? And with that, I am going to call it an episode. This one, I think, is going to be a tiny bit longer than last week's episode, but not much. This is about average for me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoy all my episodes. If there's something you want to see, please let me know. If there's something I can help. How am I standing on a lantern? Okay, whatever. I'm standing on a lantern. If there's something you guys want to see me do, please just let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you loved this episode, please subscribe. Yes, that's what you should do. And click the like button. Yeah, all those things. Anyway, I will see you in the next episode.